it's one of some very good regional conferences with a focus on the EU. And obviously there's one in the UK, there's one in the US, and there's one in Canada. And so from that point of view, it brings scholars, particularly scholars who might do Canadian politics as well as EU politics together. I think the second issue is it has a young research network, so it's a great first conference for young scholars because it's not large, it's not anonymous, and you can actually meet people and talk and have coffee. So for those point of views, I really like it. And I think that I had the privilege of being the keynote speaker last year, and the questions from the audience are actually helping me even think about my next project. So it's not just for junior scholars, it's for senior scholars, it's about networking. And I do feel that coming outside of Europe to present your work and being a European is also very helpful because sometimes you get siloed into debates and discussions within the member states. And one of the things that was interesting today, as an example, we were on a transatlantic trade panel. And 2 years ago, everybody was talking about TTIP, the new mega regional trade agreement. Today, it was about populism, what direction for trade policy, the contestation around trade, Brexit. It was just a stark contrast to have a conference 2 years ago for ECSA-C talking about the positives and the neoliberal agenda, and now we're talking about the nativist nationalist agenda. 2 years makes a big difference. I think that ECSA-C is very much an academic conference, and it attracts primarily academics. And that's great because you see people both from Canada, from Europe, from the United States, so you get a small community that can engage on issues that really interest them. I'm in Washington, D.C. now, and the issue of the EU doesn't have the salience that it used to have. And so this gives you a space to test out your ideas and to talk about Europe and to realize, yes, it is still a significant issue. But in terms of policy engagement, some of the scholars here are very big on policy engagement and work with the policy community in Canada or in Europe. But that's something I think that we as academics need to do more of. And we're not think tanks, and we're not at think tanks which tend to sort of follow the issue and oftentimes are very generalists. We have specialized knowledge that we should be able to use.